If you're confused about what goes first, what shouldn't be mixed, or how long you're supposed to wait between skincare steps, you're not alone. I've been getting a lot of questions from you about layering. What goes first? How long do you wait between steps? And how do you add tretinoin and natural oils in your skincare routine? So today I'm going to give you a very clear, simple rules you can follow no matter what products you're using. Because when I started my anti-aging skincare journey in my mid-30s, I watched so many skincare videos. I bought products from these influencers that promised results for their skin, and I ended up with all these skincare products I didn't even know how to use together. Honestly, about half of what I bought went into my skincare graveyard. And when I finally begged my doctor to prescribe me tretinoin because I get hyperpigmentation and dark spots a lot, and she just said, put this on your dark spots, like without any further instructions. So I had strong actives, trendy products, good serums, and natural oils like castor oil that I use on my face, and zero strategy. That's why this video exists. So today I'm going to show you the rule of thumb for layering, when to alternate instead of stacking, what to use in the morning versus night, and how to layer prescription drugs like tretinoin properly, and how to make sense of all the trendy stuff like essence, ampoule, toners, and serums. Hi, I'm Holly. I share science-based skincare for women navigating aging skin so you can feel more confident and beautiful naturally. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my weekly uploads. So let's start with the rule that would have saved me hundreds of dollars and a lot of irritation. When in doubt, go from thinnest to thickest consistency. And that's it. Like, that's the foundation of skincare layering. Watery textures first, creamy textures later, and then an oil last if you're using. Think light to heavy, liquid to cream. Your skin is not a sponge that absorbs everything instantly. It's a barrier, and its job is to protect you. So when you apply thick cream first and then you layer like a watery serum up top, that serum has a harder time getting through. But when you apply a lightweight product first, they can sink in properly before you seal everything with a heavier layer. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Because texture is only half the story, the other half is strength. Just because something is thin doesn't mean you would stack it with everything else. And this is where most skin starts to struggle. In our 30s, 40s, and beyond, our skin barrier is more delicate. The natural oil production slows down and the recovery just takes longer. So if we layer multiple active ingredients just because someone said they're good, we can easily overwhelm the skin without realizing it. That tight, shiny feeling, that random redness, and that flaking and peeling on your cheeks, many times that's not aging, that's over layering. So before we even talk about specific products like retinol or glycolic acid, I want you to remember this. Layering is not about stacking everything you own. It's about giving each product space to do its job. And in the next section, we're going to break this into something even simpler. Because once you understand the difference between your morning routine and your night routine, most of the confusion starts to clear up. Here's a shift that made layering finally click for me. Your morning routine and your night routine should not be mirror images of each other. They have completely different jobs. In the morning, your skin's job is protection from the sun, from pollution, from oxidative stress. At night, your skin's job is repair. In the morning, you want to focus on three things: antioxidant protection, hydration, and sunscreen. That's it. You do not need exfoliating acids before 9 a.m. You do not need retinol in the morning. And you do not need 3 different treatment serums competing with each other. This is where vitamin C lives because it helps neutralize free radicals from UV light and pollution. It supports collagen and helps with pigmentation over time. When layered with sunscreen, vitamin C will make your sunscreen more effective. And this term term is called synergistic protection, meaning ingredients work better together than they do alone. I've been using the Paula's Choice C15 Super Booster for a couple of years now. I think this is maybe like my 5th or 6th bottle. I love it because it has 15% vitamin C with supporting ingredients like ferulic acid and vitamin E, which stabilize the vitamin C and really potentiates its effects. Because the texture is so watery, I basically use it like a toner. So I apply it immediately after cleansing and before my moisturizer. So a simple morning order is this: cleanse gently, apply your vitamin C, follow with a hydrating serum if you need it, then your moisturizer. And then sunscreen is always last in the morning. If you want a full breakdown of exactly how I structure my complete morning skincare routine, I have a separate video where I walk you through step by step, and you can watch that after this one. I'll also link it in the description below. Now, if you want shortcut, I love the La Roche-Posay moisturizer with SPF 30. This is stable for me because it's a high quality moisturizer and SPF 30 in the bottle. It's formulated with prebiotic thermal waters and ceramides. So it's actually repairing your skin barrier while it protects you from the sun. It also has a beautiful lightweight texture that doesn't leave a white cast or feel greasy, which is a big win for us over 40. On those busy nights, you can just cleanse, apply your vitamin C booster, and then your facial moisturizer with the SPF. So 3 steps and done. That's it. If you like more steps, you can add a targeted serum after the vitamin C and before the moisturizer. And the serum of choice should target your concerns. For example, hyaluronic acid for dryness or niacinamide for oil balance. My main concern besides aging is hyperpigmentation. I get dark spots easily, so I sometimes layer a Melasol serum after the vitamin C. Actually, Melasol is a multi-patented ingredient developed by L'Oreal after like 18 years of research to treat hyperpigmentation. So if you want to know more about it, let me know in the comments and I'll make a dedicated video. Now, nighttime is different. Nighttime is when we bring in the stronger actives. This is where retinol, tretinoin, glycolic acid, or BHA might live. But here's the part most people skip. You do not stack all of them together. Just because you own glycolic acid and retinol, it doesn't mean that they belong in the same night routine. In fact, alternation is usually smarter than layering. Think of it this way. If you're using retinol, your skin cells are already turning over faster. Adding an AHA like glycolic acid on top of that doesn't usually speed up your results. It just speeds up irritation. Instead, you want to alternate. One night for the retinol, and then another night for the glycolic acid, and then a different night for the BHA. And in between, just give your skin barrier a recovery night. Your basic nighttime structure stays the same. Cleanse, tone, treatment, and night cream. You just switch out that treatment step. So for example, Monday, you might be using your retinol, and then Tuesday, you can switch to a glycolic acid, and then Wednesday could be your pore care day where you use BHA. And then you just repeat. And look, don't stress if you mess up the sequence or forget like what you're supposed to use. Your skin will actually tell you what it needs. For example, today I noticed my pores on my cheeks were looking a bit larger than usual. So I'm using BHA tonight. Your skin also shifts with your hormonal cycles. Like I notice mine gets oily when I have my periods. So I might actually do BHA like 3 nights in a row to keep things clear. Listen to your skin. It's the best guide you have. And this brings us to something many of you mentioned, which is tretinoin. Because layering prescription strength retinoids is a completely different conversation than layering a hydrating toner and a serum. When it comes to tretinoin, the biggest shift in thinking is treating it like a medication rather than a standard skincare step. Most people assume they apply it to bare skin for it to be effective. But for a skin that's thinning or naturally drier, that is usually why the skin started to peel. If you're struggling with dryness, use the sandwich method. So apply a light layer of moisturizer first, let it sink in, and then apply your Tretinoin, and then seal it all with a richer cream like my favorite CeraVe night cream. This doesn't stop Tretinoin from working. It simply slows down delivery so your barrier stays intact. By buffering your application this way, you're choosing consistency over intensity. It's much better to use Tretinoin 3 times a week comfortably than to use it every night for a week and have to stop for a month because your skin is raw. Now, one of the biggest questions I get is about wait times. Do you actually need to sit there for 5 minutes between every single layer? The short answer is no. Most of us don't have time for that. For your hydrating steps, like your essence or your hydrating serums, you just need to wait for about a minute or until the product feels set and not slippery on your skin. Here's what I usually do. After I apply my serum, I just go change out of my pajama in the morning, or at night, I'll do some acupressure massages. This is especially important if you're using retinoids like Tretinoin or Retinol. Wait until your skin is dry to the touch before you apply retinoids, because water on the skin acts like a conductor. It pulls the retinoids in too deep and too fast, and that can lead to irritation. I explain more about this in my retinol mistakes video here. Since many of you are curious about K-beauty trends, let's clear up the confusion around toners, essence, and ampules. Think of these as different levels of hydration. A toner is the most watery and is meant to prep the skin. An essence is slightly thicker. It's like a primer that floods your skin with moisture, so everything you put on next works better. And then you have the ampules. Think of an ampule as a super serum. It's a concentrated shot of ingredients meant to target specific crises like extreme dryness or redness. If you're using these, the order is always toner, essence, ampule, and then serum. This is kind of like the basis for the so-called 10-step skincare routine. If you're into that, just remember the rule. Go from the most watery liquid to the thickest cream. If you have dry skin, these extra liquid layers are what gives you the plump so-called glass skin look that moisturizers cannot achieve alone. I know there's a lot of information in this video, but once you understand the why behind skincare layering, it becomes second nature. You don't need a shelf full of products to have beautiful skin at 35 or 60. You need a plan. Be patient with yourself. Your skin takes about 30 to 45 days to show results of any change you make. So be patient. You're taking 10 minutes a day to pour back into yourself after pouring into everyone else. And if you ever feel confused about which ingredients work together or which ones should not be mixed, I created a skincare cheat sheet you can download for free. You'll need to enter your email address to get the cheat sheet, but I promise I won't spam your inbox, and you can find it in the description below. If you find this video helpful, give it a like so I know to create more content like this. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!